All right, Reese, thank you. Here's the situation. 3-point lead for Wright State. There's the timeouts. And Butler with the 9 fouls, so Wright State in the double bonus, and they have the possession arrow.
Yeah, they have the possession arrow. Butler coming out with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Look for A.J. Graves to be sort of a decoy. We saw it earlier on the high pick and roll. Wright State is making sure that Graves doesn't beat them, but he can act as a decoy, draw defense, and kick weak side and try to find one of his open teammates, preferably Brandon Crone, who's been pretty aggressive here on the offensive end.
All right, Pete, not yet. They're not. Big East Championship from Madison Square Garden coming your way Wednesday at noon, Villanova DePaul, and then UConn taking on Syracuse at 2 Eastern time. Presented by Aeropostale. You can check it out also online at ESPN360.com. Wright State at 22-9. Looking for their first trip to the NCAA tournament since 1993. And they'll talk things over. So Wright State, Deshaun Wood is going to talk to his coach, Brad Brownell. Butler squeaking by just to make it here to the championship game on Saturday in the semifinals, taking on Loyola. Remember how good Loyola is. I mean, not a lot of people around the country know about them. They came in right behind Wright State and Butler in the standings in the horizon.
They have an outstanding player, Blake Shield, with their own, a 6'7" wingman, but you see Butler just scratched out a victory. There's Shield right there with the runner and comes up short, allowing Butler to win.
4 overtime games this year for Butler, and they're 3-1 in OTs. So here we go, 37.2 in the game, 10 on the shot clock. Julian Betko, the inbound.
Oh, nice defense on the switching by Wright State.
And he had to call the timeout, couldn't get it in. So they burn another timeout. Just one left for the Bulldogs. Fans here in another center interested. Fans of these teams nervous.
Yeah, not eating too much popcorn right now. Kind of nervous watching the screen and watching Joe Lunardi's bracketology, checking in every 30 minutes or so to see if things have changed, but 4 teams right there anxiously awaiting the outcome of this one. And boy, Wright State has done a great job down the stretch.
SportsCenter is next, by the way. We've all been there as fans, but as a player, it's an awful feeling when you're on that bubble and you're watching game after game after game. And when the favorites get knocked off and 2 will go instead of 1, it's like taking left hooks to the chin. Underneath, Crone free, up and in. It's a 1-point game. Wood, timeout, Wright State.
Boy, Wright State very lucky, throwing the ball in bounds to Deshaun Wood right in the corner. Nice double team by Butler.
So both teams with 1 timeout. Take a look at the inbound again.
No communication right there on the screen. There was a back screen. Wright State had done a great job switching defensively. That time, Crone sneaks in, and Brandon Crone has been very aggressive all evening long. You got to expect him to be involved in some sort of play down there, and he makes them pay for his 17th point on the night.
When we are done, after the next 31.3 of game time at least, SportsCenter comes your way next. Week 16 for the Mavs. Joey Porter in Miami. And a heralded Major League debut. That's next when we're done here in Dayton. 4 timeouts in the last 4 seconds. Got to be some kind of record.
Right now, if you're Butler, you want to foul immediately. You want to see if you can get a steal here in the first 5 seconds.
They get it in to Vaughn Duggins. And there's the foul. Mike Green right away.
Well, good defense that time by Butler. Very tough, very difficult for Wright State to get the ball in bounds.
Double bonus, so he'll be shooting 2. And Duggins, a 75% free throw shooter on the year.
Well, Vaughn Duggins One of those all newcomers to the Horizon League, a freshman. Never been in this situation before.
Yeah, 75% when you're a freshman goes down to about 45 in this situation.
Oh, yeah. This is pressure unlike he's faced. And you can say what you want if he's been in a state championship in high school or whatever, but at this level, it's a much different ball game.
And were originally signed at UNCW and came here with head coach Brad Brownell. Out goes Ronaldo Smith. Scotty Wilson in for Wright State.
Either way here, look for Butler to go to a set play. And don't be surprised if Brandon Crone ends up with a shot on the weak side as the ball is swung.
2-point game. Here's Green going right to his head coach and calling a final timeout. That should be it for Todd Licklider in terms of timeouts. You like that?
Yeah,
24.9 left.
Yeah, but I think he wants to try to take as much time off and get the last shot. But let's take a look at Deshaun Wood from the Motor City. And boy, he was motoring in the first half. He's a first half highlight, showing you a little bit of everything. But Stryker and company have made it difficult on him here in the second half. But right there when they needed it the most, they came up with a huge three for Deshaun Wood.
6 of 10 beyond the arc. He's got 27 points in the game. And his team is up by 2 with 24.9 left. Wright State still with a timeout and the possession arrow. So if you're Todd Licklider right now, you take the first available good shot, or do you hold it and go for the game winner?
I think he wants to go for the game winner, thus calling this timeout. So he's going through a couple different scenarios with his players. If you get an open look early, of course, go for that one. But on a make, on a miss, they go through all of these different scenarios. But I think Butler's going to take the shot clock down to maybe 6 or 7 seconds and then try to make a move towards the end.
Here comes Green. Guarded by Duggins. Graves is guarded by Wood. Green around the screen to Betko. Out here to AJ. Dishes it down low. Crone fouled as he goes to the glass.
Talked about Brandon Crone being involved on the last play. Look at the penetration. Graves draws so much attention whenever he has the basketball. It opens it up for his teammates.
Drew Burleson, his second foul. So Brandon Crone at the line, 69% free throw shooter. Just 8 free throws taken tonight by Butler.
Will Graham of Wright State trying to be a little sneaky there, walk past Crone and say a few things, trying to tighten up that arm.
It worked.
Well, the pressure involved with these type of free throws, as hard as these two teams have played, and it come down to this, see the free throws there, both teams not having as much success as they would like.
Got the second, it's a 1-point game. In comes Stryker, Crone goes out.
With the strong denial, watch for the long outlet pass for an easy layup.
Burleson trying to get it in. They still have a timeout left and a foul on Green. Burleson was trying to call the timeout, and now another official runs in and says, no, I was near Brad Brownell. I heard him call timeout. They're going to assess the timeout before the foul was called.
That's a very fortunate break for Butler right there. Look at the denial. And we can't see Coach Brownell, but he must be signaling for a timeout. And it looked like they were going to get Stryker on the foul, trying to keep Deshaun Wood from the rock.
So no timeouts for either team. 11.6 left. And that was a huge discussion by the officials, will say. One overriding the other and calling the timeout, not the foul.
Well, in this situation, when you have 11.6 seconds left, you get it to Deshaun Wood and you get out of the way. Let him create something towards the end, make sure that he shoots it inside of 6 seconds. You get an offensive rebound attempt after that possibly, but then you make Butler go the full length of the court without timeouts to ensure that you get the best look as the clock winds down.
Well, Butler's down 1 with 11.6. They got to go after you here. Number 17 team in the nation, trying to scramble somehow to get a steal off the inbound and then go after him.
If I'm Wright State, I'd run everybody away from the ball and bring Deshaun Wood.
And there's the foul away from the ball before it's inbounded. Near the midcourt line, and that's on number 21, Willie Veasley. Well, that's his fourth, but no time comes off the clock.
Well, that's not a bad foul. I mean, Veasley not bad from the line, almost 72% on the year, but you put a freshman in this situation up on the line.
Will Graham, 66%. Money.
I correct myself there, the sophomore Will Graham at the line, but he's been able to do what the other two players before him at the line haven't. That's knocked down that important first shot.
This one important as well, trying to ensure that they can't get beat on this last possession if it's a 3. Campbell comes in. Striker sits down. Remember, no timeouts for either team.
We've seen this in college basketball where a player comes down with no timeouts, kind of a broken situation. A.J. Graves has the ability to get a shot off.
3-point lead for Wright State. No timeouts. Prone to inbound it. They need a 3. Here comes Graves. Wood flies by him. Graves, no. Graham the scramble. And the foul on A.J. Graves with 1.3 left. They're starting to celebrate here in Dayton.
And take a look. Crone is running down and he's trying to set a moving screen, a brush screen to give Graves a little bit of time. And Wood, a little contact there on the shot. Right, watch here, leaves his feet. Rushes the back a little bit. Good no call, but pretty good defense by Wright State.
So here's Graham back at the line. That should do it. Brad Brownell in his first year as a head coach at Wright State going to take the Raiders to their first NCAA tournament since 1993. Unless something very strange happens in the last 1.3 seconds.
Well, what a job Brad Brownell has done here. This place is electric.
How about Graham knocking down the free throws at the end, the sophomore? And that'll do it. Wright State's going to the dance. They won a Division II national championship back in '83, went Division I in the late '80s, and have only been to the NCAA tournament on one other occasion back in '93. And they will be in the field. So if you're a fan of a bubble team out there somewhere, you're not happy right now.
No, you're not happy, but you got to be happy with the effort that Wright State put out tonight to come up with the victory here and go dancing with their counterpart, Butler.
Disappointing end for Butler, but they'll go to the NCAA as well. 60-55. Your final. Wright State is going. Sports Center's coming up next. For more on this game, tune in to ESPN News. This has been a presentation of the ESPN Worldwide Leader in Sports. For Stephen Bardo and our entire crew, I'm Terry Gannon. Wright State, the winners here in the Horizon League. From Dayton. Goodbye, everybody.
The Horizon Horizon League's automatic bid goes to the winner of Wright State and Butler. Deshaun Wood, Wright State. Wood sinks the three-pointer. Next, Wood. Yeah, that's a good play. Let's run it again. This time inside, he gets 2 for that. And Wright State flat out putting the wood to the Bulldogs. Deshaun Wood, 18 points in the first half. Rest of his teammates had 13. It's all right. Scotty Wilson, deep 3 from the corner. Raiders up 38-34 with 15 to go. Later in the second half, Brandon Crone, 3 from the wing. We're knotted up at 43. We got a doozy there at Wright State's gym. That always helps to be playing at home. Less than a minute to go. Tied at 52. Wood one more time. Wright State going to the dance. 60-55. Helps to have the home crowd, don't you think, Stan? Bulldogs, though, solid for the at-large bid as well. Regular season champ, Wright State also wins the league tournament title. Try to continue a run of success for the league in the Big Dance. Horizon teams won a game each of the last 2 years. Wisconsin, Milwaukee under Rob Jeter upset Oklahoma in the first round a year ago. Reached the Sweet 16 in 2005 under Bruce Pearl. Wright State lost its only appearance back in '93, but 24 years ago they won the D2 National Championship. Maybe they're onto something.